an attendee, and everybody loves note takers, so please help us take some notes. We have a short agenda today, so we'll see how that goes.
If you don't go in and update your name, you'll have my misspelling of it.
Michael
there.
does it on purpose. He does it on purpose.
I'm just a terrible speller, that's all.
All right, cool, we're live. Thanks everyone for joining another episode of the OpenJS Foundation's Cross Project Council meeting, broadcasting from the OpenJS Total Landscaping parking lot. Let's see. Let me grab the link here for the recording. Get all the information. What the heck happened there? Does that work? Yeah, cool. Great. So yeah, before we get started, do we have any announcements?
I think the big announcement is go watch the Dojo AMA if you missed it. It was super fun. Great job to the Dojo team. That I think is like the biggest, fun, exciting thing that's happened in the OpenJS Foundation this last week. Next week we're going to have the marketing committee and a few other committee meetings, but other than that, light meeting week this week.
Cool. All right, great. So anything else, like the board, foundation, marketing, anything folks want to share? No? Okay, cool. Robin? No? Okay. All right, I will jump into the agenda. It's a pretty light agenda, so we can figure out what we want to do with our time beyond that. People can start thinking about that now. Yeah, let's get started. So the first thing is this issue, develop growth plan templates, 658. Let's see. So we have
my camera is dead, so I can't really. I have to restart Zoom, so I'm not going to do that now.
That's all right.
That's Toby speaking. I haven't made any progress on any of the growth stage stuff, so you know. So 658, 650, and 647. You can just. I haven't made anything.
Well, so the good news is, Toby, that I am trying to be helpful.
Oh,
and
wonderful.
I moved the pull request 647 from the CPC repo. I didn't move it. I duplicated it over to the project status repo. I'll drop that link in here. So that is basically replicating it into the project status repo. We've got one review, but I mean, I think we had a lot of reviews on the other side. So this moves the PR over to this other repo. And then I think the other two things we wanted to do was add process in the README, which includes projects define their desired status themselves and projects ask for CPC approval of the roadmap. So
amazing! Thank you so much. That's so nice. I felt terrible about this again, and it's just like great to see that there's been progress.
Cool. Yeah, I'm happy to help. Yeah. And so yeah, so that's there. People can maybe throw their thumb on it so we can land it without any objections, and we can do those couple other updates as well as we move through kind of this kind of growth work, whatever you'd call it. Cool. Anybody taking notes? Should I put something in here? PR2. Cool. Next is the proposal to remove the growth stage. This is pull request 650. So more related work here. I'm kind of scrolling here to get up to speed. I think, one of the things we were waiting on was some sort of messaging to the growth stage projects that we are making this change. Jory, is there any?
Yeah, I was just gonna pipe up. That's on me. I didn't write that action item down as I should have in my to-do list. So I'm gonna do that right now and try and follow up on that this afternoon.
Cool. Cool. Yeah, it wasn't like anything was going on the last week. So is there anything else that we kind of expect that needs to be done here for this kind of seemingly big change? You know,
I don't
besides-
think so. I don't think they're mentioned in the CPC's charter. And so I don't think that this would need to go to the board.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't think there's anything that we should do outside of making sure that we all approve this and that we have the projects, you know, that we have input from the projects themselves.
I mean, it seems like this is the sort of thing that we would want to at least give the board, you know, an FYI or something.
Oh yeah, I think so too. I mean, absolutely. Yeah, but like,
So I guess on that note, Michael, and I know you just stepped away, but can you bring that to the board, just an FYI that we are working to remove the growth state? You're muted, FYI to you, Michael.
should we maybe do this once we have sort of input from the projects and the CPC has made a decision?
Sure, but yeah, we
I
can
think
wait.
so. I did give them a heads up in the last board meeting that was one of the things being discussed. So I think the initial FYI is there, and I think, you know, once we make a final decision on the direction, then it would be good to raise it again.
Was there any
Cool.
concern or anything, or just more like, oh, okay, keep us posted? I mean,
Yeah, there
any
was
feedback?
no, I mean, you know, I mentioned in that, yeah, it's being discussed, but there was no, oh, wait a second, why are you doing that or anything like that.
Okay, cool. That's
Yeah,
good.
many of the board folks were involved in bootstrapping, but yeah, no concerns. So
Cool. Good to hear. All right, great. So, you know, I think once we kind of get the FYI out to the projects, we can circle back on this and see if there's anything outstanding, including the couple of bullet points from that PR that I moved over to project status. And yeah, we can kind of, you know, wrap this work up. Cool. So I think the next issue is the one I already referenced that I moved over to the project status pull request. Great. Simplify proposal process is next, issue 635. So looking at this, the last issue we have is the what am I looking at here? This is an issue. Oh, okay. This we need a couple more things to finalize the simplification of the proposal process. So issue 675, which maybe this should have the, well, whatever. Issue 675 mentions some directories have to be renamed and any readmes and such to align with the simplified proposal process.
Yeah, we have like the stage 0 through 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be tempted for us to move that to, like, move all of that into a subdirectory or something, and then just make a new directory, like, and then add in new directories for the 2 stages that we have in a README that fits that.
Yeah, does that make sense, or do we just kind of move them into the corresponding directories, especially things that are still active?
For the still active ones, that makes sense. For the already completed, I'm not as sure.
Well, what are the directories going to be? Is it like, I need to kind of look back here.
I guess stage 3 is the completed one, so maybe you're right that that's just renamed as approved.
Yeah, so we basically, I think, need like an incubating directory, a ready for approval. No, yeah, I guess a ready for approval directory, which shouldn't have the files and such, because those should be moved to their appropriate location. So
I'm not sure it should be ready for approval. I think it should just be complete.
Okay.
right? Like you PR something in there, they're ready to be approved when you're PRing them in there.
Mhm.
So yeah, it could be like incubating and complete or some equivalent for complete or
Yeah.
approved maybe.
I think approved makes it more clear that like it's live, you know, like that's where complete could mean like, you know, the proposal is done, but we didn't actually adopt it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Approved is clear.
Okay.
So let's see. So the direction would be move active work to active proposals to a new incubating directory and move approved proposals to a new approved directory. So that should be pretty straightforward. If anybody wants to jump on that and then, you know, align any of the, you know, text in any of the readmes and such. I mean, I guess not proposal readmes per se, but any supporting documentation would be great. Any takers?
Yeah, I guess they all have the stage built into them.
Yeah. Let's see what you mean. So, yeah.
I wonder if we
Yeah,
can leave the stage ones as basically stage 3.
What do you mean? Say that again.
Well, like the existing stage 3 ones say that they're in stage 3 versus approved. I wonder if it's okay to leave those as a historical.
Sure.
You know, they went through, that cuts it down to like, okay, then we only have to update 5 existing things.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
Oh, thank you, Michael.
Especially if we finish early.
Yeah. Cool. All right. And then finally, Brian Warner, the last one here is provide implementation on DCO CLA, issue 632. I know we're all busy, so no guilt, but I'll just check in on you for this one.
I know that sound.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's good enough. I don't know if somebody can put that in the notes.
How would you spell that?
How do you do this? Because like I try to like I use so many words to say the same thing every time. Like how does it go? Like ooh, is that how it works?
Kind of like.
Oh, it's better. Yeah. I still have to use words.
You got to
have to
shrug a
grimace
little bit.
Well, it also involves a strong grimace too.
Oh yeah.
So you can't see it because I have the camera off, but there's a grimace.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
That's
to be
funny.
fair, Brian and Jory both moved this month. So
Oh wow.
small
Yeah.
details on the
Yeah.
staffing front. Yeah.
Did you move out of the U.S. Or you stay within the country?
4.5 miles down the road. But, you know.
Up the hill for me.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, no worries. Great. That concludes our agenda.
Wow.
Friends.
20 minutes? Is this a new record?
Yeah.
Good job.
I think we even started late too. So
We did.
I think it means that we really should actually start switching to doing this bi-weekly only.
Possibly.
yeah, I'd even be open to switching it to bi-weekly, but maybe having a standing meeting on the off weeks for people who want to get together and have like a working meeting or something too, you know.
Yeah, I would +1 that just because it is a nice opportunity to go, oh, okay, let's go make some progress on a couple of PRs or issues or whatever.
Yeah.
It makes
I
sense.
think, and
So-
also scheduling in the working sessions that we were talking about, right? Like it's good to have that slot where people are available.
Mhm.
And in the other weeks, we can say, okay, is there anything we should have a working session on? And then it's an easy follow through.
Mhm. Yeah, and people
How
can
does-
know that.
And it's already blocked in all our calendars.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
How does that work with different times that we would try to do to accommodate different time zones too?
Yeah, I've been wondering that as well.
That question is one reason why I haven't been pushing much on it, because I have no idea.
Or
We could do, I mean, one thought that comes to mind is we could just do like two p.m. meetings in a row and then two 12 p.m. meetings in a row, and kind of alternate in that sort of cadence. But that's just an idea.
Sorry. Is this at 2 p.m. or what?
Oh,
Sorry. It's
So Eastern Central. This is
9:30 p.m. currently for me.
Yes, that's the time.
I think
9 p.m. for you.
I think, well, when you say two, like, do you mean 2 weeks or? Okay.
Yeah,
'Cause,
two consecutive ones.
Yeah. Okay. Because you don't want to, like, for the regular CPC meetings, you want to alternate the times.
Yeah, so basically you're alternating the times for the regular CPC meetings every 2 weeks. And then maybe the trailing meeting, the off week would be the same time as the CPC meeting, the off week.
that is smart.
Let me ask the question slightly different. Does anyone object to mostly moving to a bi-weekly meeting rhythm, and then having possibly something in between?
I've been waiting for this day, and we kept having a lot of work to do. So it was like, all right, it's not yet. It's not
Mark
yet.
the day and time, everyone. November 10th,
Yeah.
2020. See?
What a week! I mean,
It
come
does
on!
get
What
better.
a
The
week!
foundation is ready.
My only argument would be if it's the same time every time, I would be opposed, because I like that we can vary the times. So
Yeah.
The other option of what we do with the TSC meeting is that we just we have it scheduled for every week, but we look at the agenda, and if there's not enough on the agenda, we just cancel. So that happens quite often, but that means that you only have to wait a week if there is something that's important to get together.
Yeah.
I'd much rather have the evening not booked and know that ahead of time.
Right.
And based on the experience we've had with the standard meeting, the call to cancel those has been really late. So I would be surprised if we didn't end up doing the same with the CPC meeting if we were to go that way.
Mhm. Yeah, mention of the standards meeting though does kind of raise the question, if we're going to do this different schedule, do we conflict with the standards meeting time?
Well, we just go and ask standard meeting, could we alternate, like
Mhm.
2 weeks one way and then 2 weeks the other way?
Yep.
Mhm.
No problem.
Okay. Thanks, Jory. Cool. I don't know. So should we make an issue just to kind of capture this and let people make comments and figure out how we go forward?
That
Plus
makes
one.
sense. Yep.
Great. All right. I can maybe try to do that in a moment. Cool. That's something we did. Anything else we want to talk about or work on or whatever? We can,
There was that, like a couple of weeks ago, some questions about some design or something to look at. And was there an email that was supposed to come after that? And I lost track of that, or did that just not happen yet?
That is for the individual supporter program, and we are still iterating with our design firm. So we have, a web package, a logo, all of the pieces to pull together. So we were hoping to go out mid-November, but it's just taking a little bit longer to get all of that designed. So hopefully early December, and hopefully we'll have something to share in the next week or two.
Y'all are gonna love it.
Cool.
Love it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Should we throw, I don't know if this is overkill, but throw an issue to just, to kind of mark like, hey, let's review the individual supporter designs?
Sure.
Okay, then we can put it on the agenda and know that that's something. I can do that as well, especially if we're going to give some time back. I know we wanted some private time as well. Do we want to jump to that and then give the remaining time back to the group? What do we want to do?
I am sure there's lots of folks on the call who would like that. So I would +1 that plan.
Yep. Okay, sounds good. That gives Michael and me a little time to get a couple of the things done too afterwards. So perfect. Let's do that. And with that, we'll call it a wrap. Thanks to everyone on YouTube. I've checked a couple of times. There's no comments, but if you're watching, thanks and see you next time.